Hello and welcome to Unwind Sessions, where right after my shift, I give the highlights of my workday and answer any questions that might have been asked in the previous session. My name is Juan. I am an English Spanish medical video remote interpreter with over 4 years of experience. Today is Thursday, April 29, 2021, and today I took a total of 26 calls. I had a pretty long call, or a couple of long calls. One was over an hour, and another one was over 40, a little bit over 40 minutes. And it was a mix today between just phone sessions, regular phone sessions, and video sessions, like always. Even though there was nothing all that interesting or complicated today, everything was pretty straightforward. I did learn two new words today, and I'm going to get right to it. The first word that I learned today was milia, and the Spanish translation for milia would be milia as well. And I'm going to give you the definition from healthline.com, which says milia are small white bumps that appear on the skin. They're caused by keratin that's trapped underneath the surface of the skin. Unlike whiteheads, which contain pus, milia aren't a sign of clogged pores. Newborn babies often develop milia. And that's exactly what happened. There was a little newborn baby that had milia on his nose, and the mother asked if there was anything dangerous about that, and they told her no, that it was normal. And another word that I learned today was reactive airway disease, which in Spanish can be translated as enfermedad reactiva en las vías respiratorias. And the definition that we get from mayoclinic.org is often the term reactive airway disease is used when asthma is suspected but not yet confirmed. Reactive airway disease in children is a general term that doesn't indicate a specific diagnosis. It might be used to describe a history of coughing, wheezing, or shortness of breath triggered by infections. So that was the two words that I learned today. And I mean, for the reactive airway diseases, um, that I had never heard that one before. And for milia, of course, I hadn't heard it before, but I've always wondered what those things were. So now I have my answer. So that's pretty much the highlights. And since I don't have any more interesting stuff to talk today in the highlights, I thought that today I would show you an example of my notes. I have two examples to show you, and these are from the uh, video medical number 20. I believe it's flu or something like that. It talks about the flu. So uh, the right here, I think you can see it right there. Yeah, I think you could see it right there. So I drew a line through here. So the top part is the first utterance, and the second part is the second utterance. So I actually went ahead and tried to choose some parts, some utterances that were a little long. That way you can see how the notes are reduced. And for this first part right here, this top part right here, I it is the section at 626, and it says, I think you might be dehydrated, and that's the reason why your headache isn't going away. I will request IV fluid for you before you leave, and after I finish my examination, you have to remember to drink at least 2 liters of water daily so you don't become dehydrated. And I gotta admit, for some reason, I was a little nervous when I was taking down the first time, the first notes. Like, I don't know why. I got nervous. So I still did a pretty good job. So, for example, the whole utterance is 50 words, but the notes could be reduced to like 13 words or symbols, which I am going to describe right here. It's going to be a little tough, so I'm going to do my best job, the best job that I can. Sorry, and I think you can see it right there. So I have an I thin, and honestly, I shouldn't have wrote those two words or those two symbols or letters because I don't think it's relevant. I would have remembered that the doctor said I think, but anyways, I put I thin and then DEHI, and then headache. I use those two words HA, always capital to mean headaches, and then right here is away with a line through it, and then I go back. As you can see, I write across like this. Um, I don't know. For some reason, it's easier for me. Everybody's brain is wired different, and if you do it another way, it's not wrong. But anyways, then right here, I just put IV, and of course, that's what I use for an IV line. And then I use flu. I put flu right here, but I knew that that was fluid, IV fluid, not flu. And then right here is a B and a 4, so that's before. And then right here looks like it says uh, leva or something like that. So leave, and then forward arrow, which means after, and then exam. I wrote that word out, and then 2 liters, 2 and a capital L, and then water, and then I go ahead and put the high again. And like I mentioned on the where I was talking about the notes, um, just by looking at the notes, I could see. Look, I think that you're dehydrated, and that's why the headache is not going away. I'm going to give you IV fluids before you leave, and after the examination, and make sure to drink 2 liters of water daily so you don't become dehydrated. So every and you have to remember. So see, I didn't say remember, but still, I mean, it was just from the notes, just from reading the notes, I could make out almost everything that was said. And I took these notes a while ago. And of course, you can say, yeah, well, you just saw or you have that right in front of you. But I'm being honest with you right here. I only needed 13 words to remember almost all those 50 words. So that is the notes that I took for the first session, for the first utterance. And then I chose another one, which is minute 906. And it says, everything sounds good, so I doubt it will be a respiratory infection. Although the nurse is here to do a flu swab, I will come back once we have your results. Although I think your suspicions might be right. And that was a total of 40 words, and it was reduced to 12 notes. So on that one, this is the one on the bottom right here. So I put so, I honestly don't know why I put that so there. And then I use a capital G to be good. I always use a capital G to be good. And then DOB for doubt, rest for respiratory, in for infection, and then a capital N and plus sign, which I always use for nurse. And then right here, flu does really mean flu, not fluid this time. And then it says swab. And then right here, I have a back arrow, but this is not just a regular back arrow. You see how it has like it's up and then it goes back. That means back. And then it says rests, or that's what it says. but that's for results. So that was just in the moment. I just didn't even think about that one. And then sup for your suspicion, and for right, this I believe it says RGHT. So that was for that one. Like I said, it was 40 words and it was reduced to 12 notes. So as you were able to see on the first example, 50 words were reduced to just 13 notes. And on the second example, 40 words were reduced to 12 notes. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was a little nervous. I don't know why, maybe because I wanted to do a good job for you guys, and I believe I did do a good job. But I think that if I probably would have not been nervous, I probably would have not wrote the I think at the beginning or the so for the second session. So, like I mentioned in the other video, I mean, anxiety is going to get the best of you and you're going to make mistakes, so it's better to always be relaxed. So, that is going to be pretty much it for me today, guys. I hope you can learn from this, and that this actually helps out some of you. I know that sometimes it's like a best kept secret when you're learning how to take notes. Nobody wants to show you their notes. And the reason is because everybody's notes are going to be different, and well, I understand it might not make much sense to show you the notes because yeah, it'll be different for you, and you might take completely different notes, and you will, not that you might, you will take completely different notes. You just have to make your own style, and you have to work hard, and just do what feels naturally. So I hope that helps you, and I hope that just seeing my notes can um, really give you an idea of um, how much notes you really need to actually jot down an utterance or to actually be able to repeat and remember an utterance. So, okay, guys, that's it. Please leave your questions on the comments and I will answer some of them on the next session. I will be here every Monday through Friday after work, like I mentioned. If I ever happen to not be here, I'll be letting you guys know beforehand. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked the video and have not done so for more content. And don't forget to share. Happy interpreting.